In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Shai Gilgeous Alexander and his signature basketball moves. These are all not necessarily going to be specific moves, but the skills that he uses and the tips that I can give you towards the moves that he has done very recently in this year's NBA season. So let's get down and let's check out Shai and what he's able to do. Really quickly, make sure to go hit that like button and subscribe, and also make sure to go check out the shooting workout that is down in the description below so that you can shoot from further away. Okay, so one of the moves that he uses a lot is the punch 3. So he does a quick punch dribble forward, which is right there, which is a big, massive step forward, and you're taking that quick dribble. Next, he takes that quick side step out, and he's able to pull for that 3-point shot. However, there's a lot of things that you need to do in your game to be able to do this. So let's watch another clip. So here, he takes that quick jab forward, quick step back into that 3. So he's got two different options here. Number one is that quick jab onto 2 feet. That way he can get his feet set and he's able to pull for his shot. The other one is that quick punch and then the quick side step out. Now, depending on what level you are playing and where you are playing, this move can be legal or illegal, and you can make it legal if you're in the States. So first off, if you're anywhere in the world, you can do this. He gathers right here on that left foot, goes for a hop onto 2, and you're all set. A lot of players will make the mistake where they gather on the right foot right here, and depending on the referee, this could be a gather even though his hand is on the side of the ball and not gathered the ball just as of yet. You have to have your palm close to under the ball for it to be a gather. So this is technically legal at all levels. However, some referees will say that a hop step, depending on how you land, if you land 1-2, which this doesn't seem to be like that, but some referees may conceive or perceive it to be that way, then you need to be able to gather on that hop, which means that right here, that left foot, you need to keep that hand on the left side of that ball. You got to be able to keep that near the side or top of the ball, and then you put 2 hands on the ball when you land, depending on the referee. Now, technically this is legal at all levels, but I wanted to point that out. Also, by doing that punch and then taking that quick side step back out towards the left side, it allows Shai's right side to be in line. So remember when you were a kid or when you were younger, and a lot of coaches used to say, oh, force that kid left. Well, if that kid was a very good shooter, it allowed his right side, his shoulder and elbow to be in line with the rim, and he could actually get that shot off faster by going towards his left. That's why if you are a right-handed player, you should overlearn the left side so you can pull for shots and make defenses really upset. So this next move is a counter to what we just seen. So he goes for this shot right here. He does that quick punch and that side step out. However, he's keeping his hand on top of that ball. This is extremely important. And if he can bring his right hand close to the ball, that's almost like a hezzy, where now if that happens and this player stands straight up as if he's about to contest that shot, now you can attack that left side. That's exactly what happened here, and it gave the entire left side of the court to Shai. Now when he attacks, he does that one more punch right here. However, the way he times his punches is a little bit different than most players and most trainers and how they teach. All of his punches are early, so he takes that dribble, keeps his hand on top of the ball, then he punches. I think this is why it makes him so confusing on how to guard. If you can take that dribble and then take that punch step, now you can pull for that side step out. So he's gathering on his left here, going on to 2 feet, and because again he's going towards his left side, it allows his right side to be in line with the basket as we see right here, and it's a much faster shot. That's why a lot of the times when he takes that punch dribble, it's going towards the left side, because that allows his right side to get in line much faster. And yes, he was able to make this shot. We can really see it right here, and I'll put it in pretty well live time right here and how he's able to do this, because it's actually very good, and a lot of players don't do what he does when they do this move. So when they go, he takes that dribble early and then he goes for that punch, but look at how far he is stepping forward. This is why right here, how he is able to stop so fast after going and sprinting so fast to get to that rim. By taking that big step forward and then stepping back, as we can see here, his left foot is sliding and gliding, and then he gathers right here on that left foot and then goes to 2 by going on to 2 feet at the exact same time. And look, even his shoulders, hips, and knees and feet are all pointing the exact same direction. This is actually very important, and I break this down in a lot of my shooting form videos, but you need to have all of this in line, and if most of it is in line, you are going to have a very straight shot. Even though he may be way far tilted more than normal, if we look at his shoulder and elbow, it is all in line with the rim. Ball, elbow, shoulder creates what I call the shooting triangle, and it will always be a straight shot. So here he's able to set this up with a behind the back dribble, but in reality, this is a very smart move, and this is something that he is really well known for. Now here, he takes a step through, and he does that a lot. However, footwork is really important to be like Shai, and if you are trying to play like Shai, you really have to work on your footwork because everything is moving in sync. Ball goes up, knees are bent, faking that shot, and then, after coming to that stop, he's able to get his shoulder into the shoulder of the defender, and then he's able to step through. This is very important because now by getting your shoulder into the shoulder of that defender, what you are essentially doing is clearing him out of the way. So by clearing him out of the way and then keeping that ball up nice and high so that the referee is able to see if this arm comes down, it's able to hack you. And then the reason why he's able to get so many free throw shots and ones is because he shows this ball. If this arm did come down, he still has both hands on the ball, which means that he takes his next step. If that hand came down and fouled him, the ball is still up high in 2 hands. He's created this much of a gap between himself and his defender, and now because it is a step through, you are still going for your shot. This, not necessarily this one, but in most cases, is called for a foul, and he's shooting free throws. By doing moves like this and showing the ball exactly how he did, making contact and then taking your step through, this is what allows him to get to the free throw line so often. Next is a contact veer step right here, where he's able to make that contact, and then I call it a veer step jump shot. Not necessarily a veer step, but in a way, he makes that contact while driving to the rim, and then he changes directions for one dribble, and then he pulls for a shot. Now, anytime you make contact with the defender, you are at the advantage. So as the offensive player, you need to make contact with the defender first. If you can do that, you are going to be at the advantage. If the defender contacts you first, you are at the disadvantage, which means that by making that contact first, just getting your shoulder into his chest, and then you have to do that by making sure that, if I can stop this at the exact right frame, you are going to see Shai's left foot, shoulder, knee, left foot, all in line. This is not an offensive foul. This guy may be flopping, but that's just how basketball is. You are entitled to your ground. By taking that one step away from that defender and skying up for that shot, you are now creating enough space so that you can get that shot off. He's also very well known for these fake spins because he's able to play off of 2 feet. So he's able to finish here. However, because he plays off of 2 feet in the post, and he plays the post quite often, he is betting on the fact and really calculating what this defender is doing. Because now, by what he feels, what he sees, what he's able to digest mentally as to what this player is trying to do to him, he is going to try and calculate what he needs to do. So, he's faced with a secondary defender. He takes that dribble. He's basically frozen that guy, and now he's faced with a slower defender. What is he going to do? Is he going to take a step back for a shot over top of a taller, slower defender? Or is he going to get to the rim and try and get an angle on this guy? And that's exactly what he does. He gets the angle. He might have gone a little too far out in my opinion, but that's okay, because he's still able to finish with the reverse because he was able to use that mesh as a defender. Obviously, the defender cannot make contact with the mesh when you're going for a shot. You have to go around, which is why he makes contact with the arm, and Shai is able to finish and potentially could have been called for a foul. But because he plays off of 2 feet in the post, by doing these fake spins, if you play off of 2 feet in the post, and what I mean by off of 2 feet, if we go back and see this, he's off of 2 feet. He's landed on 2. Because he's able to pivot off of 2 feet, you are now at the massive advantage. And if you can pull off a few moves like this, maybe a spin move this way, or maybe a quick pivot forward and then pivot back and then pivot back forward. Different pivot moves in the post, you're playing off of 2 feet, which means that now when you go to a move like this, they're going to think that you're going to try and play off of 2 feet from this spot, and they're going to be frozen. They're going to be on their heels just hoping that they just don't jump for a shot fake. So that's why moves like this are able to be so successful. He's also very good at the snatchback, but who isn't these days? Anytime that your defender's shoulders start running, right now they're pretty well square to Shai, but he takes one more step and they are now facing away from Shai because Shai took a very long step forward, which forced this guy to take one sprinting step, and now he's way out of position, created that much of a gap, and Shai's just thinking, I'm just going to pull for the shot, I'm wide open. Shai is also very good at backdoor cuts. Now, this is just a strategy, this is not necessarily a move, but getting to the basket off of backdoor cuts happens quite frequently, as we can see with Shai. This happened twice in the same game. And again, what I mean by playing off the post, this is 2 feet off the post. So he gets that ball in that low post. He pivots, looking over his shoulder, looking for cutters, looking for options to pass. Now, because he's looking for options to pass, he doesn't go straight into his offensive skill set. He looks for the pass first, because now it's going to make these defenders who want to double team him second guess that they should. Because if he's actively looking for a pass, guess what? If he doubles, this is a pass right here. If he doubles, this is an over-the-shoulder pass to him. So they can't double team him at this point. Because of that, he's able to make contact, one dribble into his defender, and then he skies up for the shot. Again, making contact with your defender will allow you to be wide open in most cases if you can get your shot off fast enough. I hope that this video has helped you become a better basketball player. Make sure to go check out the shooting workout that is down in the description below. And I hope that these moves and strategies can help you score more points in your next game. Hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in my next video.